incredibly difficult, but it is achievable. And it's about adhering to the values of the business. Businesses spend a lot of time recruiting and a lot of cost recruiting the right people and how somebody fits within that business. But inevitably, sometimes they need to transition people out of the business for various different reasons. They might be going through, let's just give you an example, there might be a merger which has taken place, two organisations coming together, and part of the reason they've merged might be market growth. But as part of that market growth, they might also be looking at cost reduction. And as part of that cost reduction, they might transition staff out of that particular business. How you transition staff out of that business can go either exceptionally well or can be very damaging to you and the individual. And it's one of those things that if you handle it well, actually it sort of pays dividends the world round, really, because there'll be other times when you're recruiting people and they will look at things like social media. Social media is massively important these days to individuals on job hunting and also the PR of a particular business. You do that wrong and it's kind of all over the press, or it's all over social media like Glassdoor and various different tools like that, and people actually observe these things. So what we try and do when we work with businesses is, adhere to the values and the culture that they've got within the business. So look after their people well, even as part of that process when they're transitioning. And we'll work with individuals to sort of help them get prepared on, their CV. What transferable skills have they got? What are the motivators and drivers? What are they looking for in the next role? What are the things that they really excel at, which they could do in different roles? How do they market themselves as a particular individual to find that next role? How do they use networking effectively in tools like LinkedIn, which they might not have used for years? Preparing them for an interview. How do you get prepared for an interview? They might not have done that for years and years, and they're just not very well practiced in that. We would do different practice interviews with those individuals. Accepting the job offer, how to just be mindful of the process that you're going to go through, even just to find a job. So doing that side, as difficult as it is, what we're trying to do is make that process as comfortable as possible to find them the next role. And it's just incredibly important. And if you handle that process well, both the individual comes out of it successfully and the company comes out of it successfully as well.